Welcome to Treasure Hunting with the Godfather. It's Friday Nic-a-Date night, and I got another batch of dollars worth of buffalo nickels here. Up here we have 13 Philadelphia, we have a Denver, San Francisco. We have 4 over here that we're going to have to figure out what they are. And on this Philadelphia, you can just barely make out if I can get the camera to focus here. It's a 1923. There is no mint mark on it, so we won't Nic-a-Date this. We'll just keep it as is and put it in our folder as a 23. So what we're going to do first is take a look, see if we can find any type of mint marks on these 4 nickels. And of course, when you're using Nic-a-Date, it's an acid, so you get out your lovely glove. You open up your Nic-a-Date. And we'll just put a little portion here on each one of these nickels, right where the mint mark is supposed to be. And all it takes is a very little amount. And we take our little toothpick and wipe it along the bottom part. And we'll just let that work for a few seconds. You know, it really doesn't take that long, maybe 15-20 seconds. But we'll let it work, and I'll bring you in and we'll review everything that we see. Well, we did have some good results here. This one here is definitely a Philadelphia. So put that up in the Philadelphia stack. We have another Philadelphia here. This one is easy to read now. Let's see here. You can make out that it's a Denver mint there. So we'll put it with the Denver. And this one here was a little bit harder to figure out. Don't know if you can see it there on the camera, but it is a Denver mint mark. I did take a put it under the scope and take a picture of it, so we'll put that in the video. So now we get the fun part of trying to figure out the dates. And I find that doing more than 5 at a time really gets to be cumbersome, because you want to take a look at them to make sure that they're all coming through. But if you're doing too many, then it could get a little cumbersome trying to figure out which ones are working and which ones aren't. So I find 5 is a good number to work with. And we'll just do like we did on the mint mark. We just put a little drop over the date area. That's a little much there. And as you can see, I'm just using a normal rag that I don't want to get dirty. And just spread it out over the date area. And then what I like to do is I actually take a look at them under a loop as it's working. That way I can know when it's actually ready to be rinsed off in the little jar of water you see here. So let me get these working here for about 15-20 seconds, and I'll bring you in as soon as I see some dates. Well, our first batch of 5 are done. We got a nice, let's see here, 1915 there. We'll focus. There we go. Got 1915. 1916. Another 1915. 1926. And another 1916. And that goes with our 1923 that we started with. So we got a good collection started here. And we'll go through the next set of 5. And these are all Philadelphia mint marks. And we just apply a little bit of Nic-a-Date to it. Just make sure it covers the whole data area so we can actually see what it looks like. And bring you in a few. Okay, we got dates out of these 5. Got another 1916 there. Another 1916. Come on, let's focus. There we go. 1917. Another 1917. There we go. And a 1925. Our next set of 5, let's get them all set up. Well, as you can see, I got a couple of them re-soaking here because they just didn't want to give up their date information just yet. But what we got here, should see the 1914 right there. And then we have the 1916 again. Looks like we got a lot of those this time. And what do we got here? Looks like a 1918 there. So as we are letting those soak, we'll get the last 4 here. Ready for Nic-a-Dating. And if those 2 don't give us our date, hey, no big deal. We're just doing this for fun. Do I suggest doing these on coins that you really want to keep? No, because it actually takes away from the value of the coin when you do stuff like this. But it's good to start out, you know, with the young collectors. You know, this way they can get a full album of Buffalo nickels, really inexpensive. I paid like $6 a roll at the local coin shop, and you can fill out a book, which is what I'm actually doing right now, relatively cheaply. So we'll let these soak a little while, and I'll bring you back in if they reveal something. Well, I think I got dates on most of them now. Let's take a look at this one here. This, I believe, let's see if we get the right light on it. This, I believe, was the 1923. There you go. It's out of Philly. This one here, you definitely see the 1917 there. That looks like a Denver mint mark there. And we got a 1919. Can barely see the mint mark there, but I believe it is a Denver. Let me double check here. Yeah, it is a Denver. I put it under the microscope, and you can see the outline of the D right there. So this was the 1919 out of Denver. This one here, it's a little tougher to see, but it definitely looks like it's a 1914. Or is that a 6? And this was out of, come on camera, focus. There we go. San Francisco. So this is the, there we go, 1914. I got this one to show up. And under the right light, I'll try to bring in a snapshot here of it. It's a 23, or it could be a 25. It's kind of really hard to see. Got to get the right light there. And this last one here, this is the Denver Mint Mark again. And you can barely see the date there. There we go. That looks pretty good right there. That's a 1913 Denver. And if it was in better condition, this would have been a nice coin to have, because I believe the red book on it, it's about $100. But in its current condition, and being Nic-a-Dated, it's probably worth about 5 to 10 now. So I'm going to put these in my book, and I hope everyone has a great day. And if you like what you see, subscribe. If you don't, subscribe and tell me what I can do to make it better for you. And as always, be safe. Catch you on the next one.